Hi everyone, and welcome to Power Plates. I'm Harry, and today I'm going to be covering some really key bits of information that I've learned since launch. I've been listening to everyone's questions that have come out from Reddit, from the Discords, and I've just put together a few things which I think are going to be really useful to new players. So these are the top 5 things that I've learned since launch. I really appreciate everyone's support to the channel so far, so do make sure you're subscribed, hit that subscribe button, like the video, push us out to more and more people, and comment down below. What are the top things that you have learned? I'd be interested to hear. I'm going to start off with number 1, and it's along the money lines. How do I make more money in 2-point canvas? Now, I've done a separate video on that, so I'm just going to cover a specific part of it, and that's complementary courses. I don't think that this is spoken about enough out there, and there are some courses that basically work well together, and some that just don't. It's like archaeology and night school. So archaeology, you've got 4 rooms. We'll count it as 3 because every course uses the lecture theatre. You've got 3 here. Night school, you've got 2, 3 including the lecture theatre, but none of them are the same. And in fact, archaeology and night school both need a lot of space outside. So if you're going to run these courses and level them up, you're going to need a lot of space outside. So these 2 courses, although you can put them together, don't work too well. Now, there are 2 rooms that come up a lot in all these courses. That is the science lab, which is in scientography, gastronomy. What else is in? Archaeology, as we just saw. It's even in funny business. And it's in the School of Thought. So there you go. You've got 5 courses that all use the 1 room. And what's great about this is that means that you don't have to add as many rooms when you add these courses, which means that the startup cost isn't as high. Because if you end up, adding scientography, spy school, archaeology, night school, all these, just the costs keep racking up. So it's always worth looking at those complementary courses. Now, the computer lab is the most common room. It is the most common room, and it is used in 6 different courses. That is archaeology. Again, archaeology loves these things. Musicality also uses the computer lab. Spy school, computer lab. Internet history, again, the computer lab. Money wangling, computer lab. And School of Thought as well, computer lab. It is the most used room. The next one after that is going to be the gym and the VR lab, but that comes in 3, so it is definitely worth it. But I really recommend having a look at some of these courses and just thinking, all right, what's going to be the best to expand? For example, scientography, you got the science lab and the lecture theatre. You run funny business with that. You probably don't have to add any more. Like, you might have to in terms of if you're crossing a kind of rule of 8 in students, where you then have to add another room just because you've got so many students. But these 2 courses work really well together. Another one which I think works really well is if you do virtual normality. So you need a VR lab and a lecture theatre. You add in internet history, you're using the VR lab, and you go to computer lab. So now you're using 2 rooms for the 2 courses. Fine. Well, why not throw money wangling in there as well? You're already using the computer lab, so now you've got 3. You put in musicality, you just need to add in a recording studio. All of a sudden you're launching 4 courses, and you probably will need 5 rooms because you're going to need 2 extra lecture theatres, but you're actually just using the recording studio, computer lab, and virtual normality, the VR lab. So definitely worth looking at. Also, bear in mind that some of these courses have different difficulties. So if you're chasing those high grades, I definitely wouldn't look at adding, say, the School of Thought, which is the most difficult course out there. if you're chasing high grades, you want to add scientography, you want to add, which is easy, you want to add general knowledge, which is also easy. You're going to be adding some of these medium level courses like VR, internet history, funny business, robotics, although robotics quite expensive, but fine. Medium difficulty, night school, medium difficulty, and wizardry, medium difficulty. Although night school, wizardry don't have any crossover with anyone, with any other courses, so definitely worth keeping that in mind. Things like robotics, things like night school, wizardry, they don't have much crossover. So you're going to be spending a lot of money, but definitely worthwhile looking at. Alright, let's move out of the sandbox. Let's have a look at just one of my levels whilst we talk about some of the others. So, something that I get a lot is, power plays. Why are my staff not training? Why are my staff not going to training? I've tagged them to train. I've been sat there for ages. They aren't doing anything. And it's probably because they're not getting any breaks, or they're not getting enough breaks. The breaks that they're getting, they have to fulfill, some energy needs, some hunger, thirst, bathroom, something like that. If you've got loads of training queued up, so your courses, they all look like this, and do you know what? I'm going to ignore janitors and assistants for now because it's mainly the problems with teachers. But say, you've got all this, you've got all these ticks, you're going, yeah, get all these people, and then no one's coming, right? No one's coming. Number one, you can build a bigger training room, build multiple training rooms, and you could have kind of 2 pods. I usually do 2 pods. I just wanted to save some space. I've only got the one here. But if you've got a course like this and no one's going, I've tagged quite a few, no one's going, no one's even moving towards it, and you're just like, what's going on? It's probably because you are running at pretty minimum requirements for teachers. Now, yeah, that's great for money, but you're not going to have people go training unless you have extra teachers. So you can see here, it is a janitor that's come. And do you know what? I'm going to stop. No, I'll let them train. I can't be 2 minutes for janitor. But if your teachers aren't going to training, it's probably because they're going to class, they're then, hitting a bathroom break, they're then going to the staff room, and then all of a sudden it's back to course. So you can see, some of these courses, there's not that much of a break. So here you've got 1.5 months, but some of these are quite close together. So if you don't have enough teachers to facilitate those breaks, they're not going to go for training. And therefore, you're constantly going to be stuck with people not training. And that is really the reason why your staff aren't going for training. I get this question a lot. Why aren't they doing it? Why aren't my staff going to training? And that is the number one reason. It's because this game teaches us to work on minimum requirements. And you can see in your kind of timetables, you can see, all right, here's my staff. You can see here, not that much of a break. All right, a bit of a break here. This staff's got a decent break here. So could possibly train. Great. This one, I believe I've got this one tagged to private tuition only. So that's why they've got loads of breaks here. So more likely to go for training. But you can see when you look at some of these is that, you're not gonna be able to do. So here, look at these money wrangling staff. Once this kind of period's over, they're not going to do any training for the rest of the year because they're just back to back in classes pretty much all the time. Barely enough time to fulfill any needs. So definitely come to your timetable tab, have a look at some of these staff members, and just look how hard you're working them, and how if you add extra teacher in, it's probably going to kind of relieve the load a bit. So if I just bang in a couple more money wrangling teachers, Let's have a look. So what we're hopefully then going to see is we're going to see some of these, schedule some classes for the future, and that's going to ease some of these timetable issues. That is the plan, anyway. And what that'll do is that'll just make it easier for you to get these trainings done. So that is exactly why your staff members aren't training. Now, on a similar trend, and I get this one all the time, my students, they're stood next to a bathroom and they're not using it. You know, they're complaining that they need the toilet or they need a shower, and we've got loads of them, but they're not using it. Why aren't they using it? And it's a similar thing in terms of if they do not have like mini hubs. So like, for example, you know, we've got toilets here, we've got showers, we've got a little gym, we've got a lecture theatre, we've got a library, we've got some dorms. This is kind of like a mini hub, a mini campus for these students. So these students, we've also got, you know, some nice food items, nice little area for them to relax, a nice little love garden over here. Oh, but do you know what? I've got to do this. We know what this love garden's missing. Possibly the best item in 2 Point Campus is the love trumpet. Let's get that down. So, students, right? So this one here, right? Bursting, but has just walked past the toilet, and they're going to class space, so they're going to go fulfill another need. And what happens is that because these students kind of have to go so far and they don't have that much time, they're going to end up just skipping out on needs. So sometimes what you need to do is you just need to make sure you've got extra toilets lying around just everywhere. So you can create these mini hubs. Students, so money wrangling students will need to go somewhere else because this isn't my money wrangling students area. So that's why that one was kind of walking off. Whereas like over here, this is like my academic exercise area, right? So we've got the gym, we've got some dorms, we've got a library, and I'm expecting all these people to not just go wandering all over here to go fulfill some of those needs. No, they should stay in this area, and they should use the bathrooms, and they should use the showers, and they should use all the activities here. And that's what you need to do, is you need to create some of these mini hubs. You need to make sure that you've got these toilets and these showers down, these dorms in quite regular places, because otherwise they're just going to be moving from classroom to classroom, going from one side of the campus to the other side of the campus, and it's going to take them so long to get there, they're going to have to leave straight away after class, and therefore they're never going to get any of their needs done. Just think about it, right? When you're laying these things out, how far do my students have to travel between classes? Do they have enough time to get there? And then can they fulfill some needs in between? Alright. Another one I get is, what clubs should I use? What clubs should I use? So we got a few clubs, right? We got the speed walking, and let's just have a look at the benefits of each, right? We got the speed walking, so that is going to, if it's going to, I'm not even touching my mouth, but it's going to make your students move quicker. So they're going to be running to classes. Great. We're also going to have naps, so clubs regain energy anywhere. That's going to improve their energy. Also great. Increase learning speed. Fantastic. What we got here, the orb stand. This is going to reduce happiness, but it's going to increase the money coming in. And then here, you've got more attractiveness, and the club members actually maintain the ground. So if there's litter knocking around, they will clean it up. It's great. And clubs are great. Clubs are great for socializing. It's great for improving different stats. So if you know you've got a campus that you need a plus, you know, average grade, throw down a book club stand. You know, if you've got a campus which has rooms over here and then you've got to go all the way over there for rooms, you might want to do the speed walking stand. Money problems. So upper etching, the orb club stand is where you see it for the first time. Definitely worth it. That gives you extra money, but you do need to just have a look at that extra happiness. See, we've got a staff member going for training. Fantastic. and it's because they've got a little gap. So they're going to end up doing a tiny bit of training, coming here, and then hopefully going back to that training. Anyway, so yeah, All Club. If you're struggling with money, throw an All Club down, but just you've got to be careful with that with student happiness, because otherwise things will go bad soon. You want to improve your attractiveness? Throw down a Nature Club stand. Really funny Nature Club stand as well. If you haven't seen it already, I'm not going to spoil it, but definitely worth looking at what happens with the Nature Club stand. And then put these strategically out there. So, I want students to hang out in this courtyard area because I've got lots of little interactive items. I want students to be happy. We've got some food over here, so this is where I put my club stands. But, if you want students to, say for example, get that speed walking benefit going across campus, maybe put some speed walking things here so that they get that boost and then they run across campus. Simple as that. Simple as that, guys. Definitely worth it. Are you gonna go to the toilet? You've been hot dogged. Oh, and look, these. Yeah, there's some great boosts that you can get from all these. So look, we got Fun Rubber level 3 in the book club. So you can see they've got a 3% learning increase. So the book club is the one that I'm using. Taking part in the book club. Everyone's got. I mean, look at that. A+ student taking part in the book club, having a good time. Only a 1% boost. But the more and more they level up, the more and more they're going to get the benefits. So then finally, not enough of you guys are using these visuals. Right, you want to see how hot it is? So you can see I probably need to put some air cons over here. You've got a temperature goal, sort it out from that. If you've got an attractiveness goal, just have a look. Have a look at these filters. I've got an attractiveness goal, need to sort out my attractiveness. Let's see what I can put things down. Alright, okay. Let's put down, I don't know, let's put down, a hat stand. We got some poshos. Let's get a hat stand down. There we go. We're going to increase attractiveness. You can get a little heart down, and you can just start to fill some of these areas, and it's just really easy to look at. And just not enough people are using these filters and going, where am I going wrong? Especially with the outside, right? You can see there is a lot of outside space. A lot of outside space in this game. And you need to get that attractiveness up. So you can see there, just little gaps here. Little gaps. Get that attractiveness up. You can, let me find a place. Yeah, in between here. All the way around here. 0 attractiveness. All the way around there. You need something small to go in here. And, if you're not using these filters, you're gonna really struggle, and you're gonna be like, why is my attractiveness not going up? Why am I struggling with these things? It's because you're not using the filters. The filters are there for a reason. There you go. Bang a couple of trees down. You'll be completely fine. And all of a sudden, your attractiveness is going up, and you're gonna hit those goals. You want to see what rooms could do with better prestige. I mean, look. We got some good prestige rooms. We are sorted. You want to see, alright, which students are hungry? Where are my hungry students at? Alright, I've got a load of hungry students here. They're kind of gathering around here. Maybe I should put a vending machine out. Alright, okay, vending machine's there. Fine, we're all good. Where are my problems? Bathroom. Where is everyone needing bathroom breaks? See where are all my toilet needs? Alright, we got quite a few toilet needs, and you can see that some of these vending machines aren't good for toilet. And you can see all here, obviously they're going to reduce toilet stuff, so that's why they're red. But you can kind of then use these to go, alright, okay, where have I got a load of students that are maybe hanging around, where are my bathrooms? So here, for example, this whole building's got 1 bathroom. This whole one's got 1, so maybe I want to put in another over here or over there. You can have a look at these things. These visuals are so good. How are people's assessment scores going? first, healthiness, happiness. You know, if you need to get student happiness up to 90%, put this filter on, have a look. You're not happy. Why aren't you happy? You're bored, bursting, tired, and you need to go here to some pastoral care. Alright, you can then address some of these needs, and you can have a look at these sort of things. Not enough people are using those visuals, and they're just sat there struggling, trying to figure out what's going on. And also, not enough people are doing love gardens. That's my final thing. We need some more love gardens up in here. Show some love to the love trumpet. Look, we got a lovely little love heart here. Oh, there we go. Definitely worthwhile building. They should be in every single campus. Alright, they're the top things that I've learned. Do make sure you subscribe to the channel, keep liking the videos, and I'd love to hear some of your things. What are the top things that you have learned since playing this game that you're like, oh, I wish I would have known this sooner. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye for now.